Hey guys, welcome back. In this section, we're going to cover the 5 solar career paths and their salaries. I need you to get employed within the solar energy industry, and that's why I'm going to help you get employed within the industry. My name is Leo Caruso, and I helped manage more than 400 installations across the world. That'll be Australia, New Zealand, the Americas, and also Africa. Now, 43,000 students have already enrolled within my courses and learned new skills. We've covered absolutely everything from all the technical side of things, including the solar designs, project management, project coordination, and the entire workflow, all the way down to final commissioning and energizing of the solar systems, all right? So I've helped a lot of people get employed, and I also employed myself, a bunch of them. So I know exactly what's required for you to land a job within the solar energy marketplace. It's either you're just starting a total newbie, or you want a promotion, all right? I'm going to help you get that done underway. Comment solar below, and I'll send you all the info to get started straight away. So in this video, we're going to cover the 5 solar career paths and find your fit within this energy market. Now, there's a myth out there, guys, that working in solar is one single job. It's not. The reality stands that it is a complex ecosystem. It's a very complex ecosystem. Now, I want you to shortcut years of confusion by finding exactly where you fit, all right? Now, each path represents a distinctive discipline with specialized skills, qualifications, and growth trajectories within the broader solar energy system. I need you to navigate the ecosystem strategically. And this is how we're going to cover every single one of these roles, right? I need you to have clarity and direction and definition. Now, there's multiple roles out there. The ones that we're going to cover today are the following: project development and finance, engineering and design, construction and installation, operations and maintenance, and sales, okay? And sales. So I need you to focus on knowing that there's different roles out there instead of trying to broaden absolutely everything and be unconstructed and obviously feel overwhelmed. No, I need you to focus your direction and have a vision on where do you want to focus all of your attention and your energy. All right, the very first job, all right, that we're going to cover, or role that we're going to cover: solar design engineering, or a PV designer. What you do, you design rooftop or utility scale systems, lay out panels, inverters, and cable runs using AutoCAD or PVsyst. Okay, this is best for engineers and technical thinkers who enjoy detail and software. Now, many companies will train you if you show a technical mindset and initiative. But the question is, do you feel, guys, that you're a technical thinker on your own or not? This is something that you need to consider, all right? The salary projections for a role of this nature: entry level, $65,000 to $85,000 on an absolute base. Mid-level to high range would be $90,000 to $120,000 if you're really, really experienced, more than 3 years within the market, all right? You do need to have basic electrical knowledge, which is something that we'll cover within my courses, the Ultimate Solar Energy course, specifically for engineers. You need to have design concepts and tools such as AutoCAD. Doesn't necessarily have to be AutoCAD, but you need to have some sort of tool out there that's going to help you pull out the layout and the single line diagrams for these solar designs, and solar components logic. All right, guys. In a nutshell, you do not need to know absolutely everything. You just need to focus on 3 to 5 core skills about solar design engineering to be able to portray yourself as knowing what you're talking about, because we're aiming for entry-level salaries at the moment, all right? You just need to know the fundamentals, the basics. So don't lose yourself and feel overwhelmed with a million things that you can learn out there. No, it's not about that, guys. It's about focusing specifically about 3 to 5 core skills that you need to have. Those 3 core skills: basic electrical knowledge, AutoCAD, and the solar components. Okay, that'll get you enough for a conversation. All right, the next role: solar project manager, or we can even call it solar project coordination, which is 2 different roles, but kind of fall within the same category. What do? You manage installations from start to finish. You coordinate installers, clients, and suppliers. You solve daily problems. And this is best for organized, communicative people who thrive on responsibility. Are you organized? Yes. You like to communicate? Fantastic, because you're going to have to talk to multiple stakeholders out there to be able to manage a project. All right. If you're a project manager or coordinator, exactly like the word states, you need to coordinate and manage every single stakeholder out there. So you're going to have to talk to the installers, you're going to have to talk to the designers, you're going to have to talk to the sales department, you're going to have to talk to the finance department, you're going to have to talk to the client itself, and so many other people out there, and have absolutely everyone aligned within the same scope of work. That's how it works as a project manager. You do not need to have a lot of depth in absolutely every single one of these fields. You just need to know the absolute fundamentals to be able to coordinate everyone together, all right? This is one of the fastest growth roles if you start in admin or coordination positions, 100%. All right, salary projection. Entry-level salary, $75,000 to $95,000. If you're just starting, and the mid-level to high level would be $100,000 to $140,000 if you are 3 years to 4 years plus in the marketplace, okay? Now, your 3 core skills that you need to have. Communication, incredibly important. You need to be an amazing communicator, because again, some input that you'll get from the design team will need to be passed on to the installation team, for instance. Or let's say some input that you get from the sales department, you need to get it across to the client, or you need to get it across to the design team, and so forth. Communication, super important. Time management, amazing, guys, because you are on the clock here, okay? As soon as you're given a project by the sales department, right, you are on the clock. You need to deliver it at a specific date and project workflow. You need to understand the entire process from sales all the way to final commissioning and all the steps in between. I do run a course that is called Project Management Mastery in Solar Energy. Click below or send me a comment below or comment solar, and I will give you full access to it, guys. Let's get on with the next one. All right, solar installer on site. This is pretty simple and straightforward, guys. I'm pretty sure that you understand. I'm pretty sure, guys, that you understand what the installers do. All right, what do you do? Physically install solar panels and inverters, work on rooftop or large-scale solar farms, and it's best for hands-on workers who prefer outdoor physical work, okay? Very simple. It's one of the fastest entry points into the entire industry. Why do I say this? It's because not everyone wants to do the hard work, guys. It's very, very physical. It's difficult. It's physical. It's early mornings, all right? It's, being out there in the cold, up there on rooftops and so forth. Salary projections, entry level, 60 to 80Ks. If you're really experienced, 90K, so I would say $150,000, especially in commercial and utility. And again, let's focus on the 3 main skills that you need to have for this role. First of all, basic electrical knowledge or trade, okay? Super important. You cannot be a solar installer without being an electrician. That's how it works. Physical fitness, guys. This is super, super, super important. Very important. You need to keep your cardio up and be very strong, all right? Because you're lifting panels, because you're lifting so many things. You need to climb ladders and be, on the tools for 8 hours a day at least. And the most important one of all, safety awareness and safety training. If you do not have safety awareness and safety training, you will not get employed, guys. It's as simple as this. It's not about the depth of knowing absolutely everything. It's about the depth of knowing the basic skills for the trade. Safety awareness is the most important one of all. No one's going to risk having someone on site that doesn't know about safety. Have a think about that, all right? So if you're being interviewed for a solar installer role, you are going to be asked about safety, 100%. I have interviewed people myself for solar installers roles, and if they knew nothing about safety, they were out, okay? It's too risky for the company. It may cost a lot of money if something happens to you on site. Next one up. Solar sales and business development manager. All right, what do? Sell residential, commercial, or large-scale solar systems, close deals, build relationships. And it's best for confident communicators and seeking uncapped income. Guys, if you really trust in your skills, this is the role for you, all right? Because it's uncapped. You can earn as much as your skill set allows. This is where many people make the most money early. Absolutely. All right. Salary projection. Normally the base is 80Ks, but it's comprised of 80Ks plus commissions, right? When the commissions is normally the gross of your pay when it comes to sales. So let's say that a realistic OTE, which stands for on target earnings, would be $100,000 to $200,000 plus on the best case scenario. The 3 core skills that you need to have, no questions asked, it's communication skills. You need to be an incredible communicator. I've been selling for many, many years myself, and I've learned this skill and how important it is for every role out there, really, but in solar sales is most prominent. Then basic solar knowledge, exactly, you don't need to be a very technical person. No, not at all. It really helps if you do, but you don't need to be one. You just need to know the fundamentals and be able to communicate those fundamentals properly. And then obviously objection handling. Guys, this is the most important one of them all. If you're really good at objection handling, you're in, all right? You're in for the $200,000 plus a year. That's how it works. People who don't see objections and rejections, but as directions, as a step forward closer to your goal, are the ones who get the most money. Simple as that. I have trained a lot of people in sales, and a lot of people just break down after the second or third objection that they receive. If you keep going, I'll give you a bit of a hint here. Most of the people, I would say 80% of the clients out there will break after the 4th objection handling that you take on. So if they reject you for 4 times, the 5th one, they feel a little bit too guilty and they end up saying yes. A bit of a tip for you. If you want more information about that, obviously my course is down there, and the course bundle is going to give you all you need for you to cover these skills. And we're going to cover now the solar project development or utility scale. At the moment, me myself, I'm working in utility scale, very big solar farms here in Australia. And what you will do is you identify land for solar farms, secure approvals with the grid, with the council, and so forth. Grid connections, negotiate with landowners and councils. Now, guys, it's best for strategic thinkers who like complex deals and big projects. This is a high level and competitive but extremely rewarding role. All right. So normally you would need a little bit of experience before you get in here, but it's not crucial. If you show yourself that you're a really good communicator, or you're enthusiastic and you really want to get into the marketplace, you can land a job here. Now, salary projection, entry level, $80,000 to $110,000. Seniority level, all the way up to $200,000 plus. You need to be an amazing negotiator. You need to have commercial thinking and energy market insights or logic. Now, where are you sitting in the career diagnostic matrix, guys? This is going to help you understand where can you be located within all of these roles, all right? We got on the x-axis, execution, strategy, and then we got technical and relationship, okay? So let's say, for instance, that you're a very technical person, very well be the case, and you love execution. That I mean that a solar installer would be your role, or would be something that you'll be really comfortable doing. Whereas, for instance, if you are a really strategic person, right, and you love relationships, the project development, which is something that I'm doing right now, will work really well for you, and so forth. Guys, you place yourself wherever you think it's best within this matrix. Are you good at sales? Do you like execution? Do you like relationships? Great. Sales. You got it right here. Okay, and you focus on the skills that we covered previously to be able to have the skills to land a job for that specific role. Guys, this is super important, incredibly impactful. Make sure you take your time to assess yourself on where would you like to be, where do you see yourself, and you focus your vision and you focus all of your attention on these roles in particular. All right, career pathway mapping. You got, different sorts of styles or brains, kind of, I would say, and then the different roles. You could be analytical, organized, hands-on, outgoing, or strategic. Where are you guys? Do you feel you're hands-on? Great. Right in front of hands-on, you got installer. But obviously, if you're hands-on, you can also be a project manager, okay? Or sales. But it's right in front of installer. Same. If you're organized, project management. If you're an analytical, a solar designer. If you're really outgoing, sales. If you're strategic, project development. This is a career pathway mapping, guys. And the generalist trap. This is one of the most important slides out there, guys. This is a major flaw that I see a lot out there, okay? The generalist trap. Most people make a fatal mistake. They try to learn everything instead of focusing on one single and specific path. All right, you're here juggling with a lot of balls. Most likely those balls are going to be dropped. That's how it works, all right? You can juggle as many balls as you possibly can within your skill set. But if you're a specialist and you focus on just a few specific skills for that specific role, you're in for the win. Guys, I need you to get employed within the solar energy marketplace. That's why I'm giving you the roadmap. That's why I'm giving you the strategy. That's why I'm telling you exactly what's required, okay? Now, pick one path, get in and grow from there. Now that you know your path, that you selected, which is possibly the career path that you want to take, the role that you want to take, your next step is to learn the exact skills companies are actively hiring for. And that's how I've developed these online courses where you can actually get all the skill sets that you need to be able to have the skills for every single one of these specific roles. For instance, project management mastery, one full course around there, hours and hours of content. The ultimate solar energy course for solar designers, the complete solar energy course for total and absolute beginners, and the off-grid solar energy course if you want to get into off-grid technical knowledge. Guys, we're going to walk through the entire process from start to finish and cover every single one of these things in the solar course bundle that I got prepared for you. Now, if you want to know more about these things, comment solar below and I'll give you the full bundle. I do appreciate your time, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Let's go.